This video is brought to you by the Deck of Many and Humblewood.net. Hello and welcome back to the Gallant Goblin. I'm Theo and today I have the latest painted monster pack from WizKids, the Cave Defenders. This is the second monster pack they've released. The first was the Village Raiders set. You can see our review of that by clicking or tapping on the little eye in the corner of your screen. This set includes 2 Bugbears, 3 Kobolds, and an Ogre. Most of the minis in this line are pre-painted versions of minis that were already available in an unpainted form in the Nolzur's Marvelous Minis line. In this case, you can buy a set that contains the 2 Bugbear minis and a set that contains the 3 Kobolds. Each one runs about $5. But this time we have an entirely new Ogre sculpt that isn't available anywhere else. This set retails from between $18 and $25 US. Let's open it up and take a look. Kobolds are small in stature and generally dismissed as puny adversaries, but they are deceptively clever, capable, and are able to work together to achieve large-scale goals. Their diminutive stature has made them easy prey for larger, more aggressive species and races who like to bully, enslave, and just eat the kobolds. Understandably, kobolds have become quite paranoid and tend to shoot first and ask questions later with strangers who come knocking on their den doors. They were made a playable race and greatly expanded upon in Volo's Guide to Monsters. Kobolds come in every color of the rainbow, some with unique multicolor patterning, but all the ones in this set are the default red color. If you're interested in getting some other colored kobolds, take a look at the Legendary Adventures set and the Pathfinder Battles line, which also featured blue and green kobolds. The kobolds here wield a short sword, spear, and bow. The original stat block has information for a sling and a dagger. Volo's Guide provides a stat block for a kobold dragon shield, who wields a spear. There's also an incredible stat block for a kobold inventor, who may be armed with one of 8 improvised weapons, like a scorpion on a stick or a skunk in a cage. Like kobolds, Bugbear lore was explored and Bugbears were made playable in Volo's Guide to Monsters. Most Bugbears are fairly unintelligent, belligerent creatures who bully others into giving them what they want. As goblinoids, the Bugbears are cousins of hobgoblins and goblins, but they're probably not invited around to family dinner very often because they don't treat their cousins any better than they treat anyone else. When Bugbears come upon a goblin camp, they're likely to bully the goblins into slavery. Outside of battle, they tend to be lazy and rely on their slaves to craft, farm, and do the other day-to-day chores required to survive. They make unlikely heroes, but they are a playable race. If you've had a Bugbear PC in one of your games, let me know in the comments section down below how that person made a believable Bugbear hero. Finally, we have our new Ogre mini. Despite what we saw in a recent Critical Role live show, ogres are not an official playable race at the time of this recording. Ogres are hulking, gluttonous, temperamental creatures who live by raiding and scavenging for food and pleasure. They're usually between 9 and 10 feet tall and are considered giantkin. They're notorious for their tempers. The slightest provocation can send an ogre into a massively destructive temper tantrum. There haven't been many Ogre minis over the years despite being relatively common monsters in D&D lore. So let's see how this sculpt compares to some of our other recent Ogre minis. Here you can see him with 2 ogres from the Volos and Mordenkainen's Foes set, and with the Goblin Hucker mini from Monster Menagerie 3. Like many of the recent WizKids releases, this is not in a randomized box. You'll know exactly what you're getting. Also, this set finally removed the little bits of terrain that was included on the bases of the Nolzur's minis and the last Monster Pack set. So these minis should integrate a little bit better into your collection of pre-painted minis. If you're only interested in some of the individual minis in this set, many retailers will be selling singles from open packages. As the only unique mini in the set, I expect the Ogre to be a bit hard to come by though. I'm also happy to see WizKids expanding on the variety of minis of common monsters. The Nolzur's line is chock full of amazingly sculpted minis, so they have a large number to choose from for their next monster pack. Let me know in the comments section down below what you'd like to see included in the next monster pack. We'd also like to thank our sponsor for this video, the Deck of Many. As you may know, their campaign setting guide, Humblewood, is available now. If you haven't checked out humblewood.net in a while, they've updated many of their product offerings. They have 7 sets of minis available that we're going to review on the channel as soon as we get our hands on them. Humblewood is a new campaign setting book for 5th edition D&D. If you're wanting to play D&D with a little animal twist, this is the set for you. The book is beautifully illustrated and provides you with 10 new animal-based playable races, plus new subclasses, spells, magic items, and monsters. There's also an adventure that will take you from level 1 through 5. In the adventure, a coming threat has driven a wedge between the ruling birdfolk of the great tree city of Alderheart and the humble folk who live in the surrounding villages. You must uncover the threat while navigating the sudden turmoil caused by the growing resentment of the humble folk toward the birdfolk. It's a unique and compelling adventure that we're going to be diving into soon ourselves. Learn more and get your copy today at humblewood.net. I want to thank you for watching all the way through to the end. If you enjoy our content, you can do us a favor by commenting, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, clicking the little bell icon to be notified when we release new videos, and sharing our videos with others. I always enjoy reading your comments, and I try to respond to as many as I can. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and at our website, gallantgoblin.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.